Hi guys, today I'm gonna talk to you about drones. DJI Phantom 4 Pro V2, that's the controller. Now I'm charging the battery here. Battery almost done, another one charged. I'm gonna take another flight. I get flight today, and I'm gonna talk to you about how you're gonna fly here in Ontario, Canada. Well, first of all, you have to have those documentation. That's the license of the restricted radio communication. That's the must to have. That's certification that you complete ground school, pilot license basically. Insurance, there gotta be insurance coverage at least 100,000, but they offer $1 million or $2 million. Insurance is important, and this is a SFOC. That's the Special Flight Operation Certificate from Transport of Canada. That's when I got the first one, and I telling you, there was literally pain in the butt to get this permit to fly in here. That's the Scugog Peninsula. It's nowhere, nobody here, but still I was like almost a month filing papers and emails, and finally I got this. Is very important, guys. This is your flight permit. Whatever job you can do, like commercial pilot or any researches or inspection, you gotta get this special flight certification. Well, that's to indicate the dates where you can operate and what the job gotta be done, location, and all information would you provide them, and they check it, and that's the SFOC, that's called. That's the main paper, so that's permit you to fly safely in Ontario. Basically, that's what you need to fly. And that's another couple of pages. All this stuff on French and English explains you what you can't do, how you can fly at nights, what you should do in this. Altitude maximum, visual observers, and all bunch of stuff like flight operation and security and flyaway procedure. That's all included in here, and that's the basically what they asked. You have to have with you in a flight mission. That's the copy of this certificate, which is I have. Copy of completed application for special flight operation I have, and evidence of the permission of the landowner. That's the Crown land, but I still need to call to Ministry of Natural Resources to get this verify. And then copy of the site survey. Site survey, you have to submit them to survey the sites, what there's about, what is all areas, is any buildings, any structures, all this you have to survey before you even fly, or no, fly before you even submit the application for this special permit to you. And then copy of the last link, flyaway procedure. So it basically tells you what you have to tell the Transport Canada what you should do when that's like your drone is getting mad, really mad and pissed off, and fly away. And these things can fly like a couple of kilometers high and speed like 30 kilometers an hour. So it's gonna be a fly kind of distance on full charge battery, and they're just worried about to not interrupt any air traffic on it and to make some accidents. And a government issue ID. And it's more about this. So if you are gonna get one, you have to you have lots of to read in here. So that's your special flight certification, SFOC. calls, and that's main paperwork that I'm gonna show you guys. Later on I'm gonna show you how to fly anyway, and that's the detailed plan of the operation. That's when I came out. Basically it's just a couple of pages, but I put the main thing over here. So that's where you need to know the class of airspace in here, what kind of class of airspace, and then what the airport nearby, how you're gonna contact, which contact, all coordinates, and how you're gonna check the weather. That's the application which you should have with you attached here, and that's where you file for your SFOC. And the emergency plan, you gotta come out with some plan to explain them, and actually told them this is what my plan is, what I'm gonna do when it's something happen, and on emergency, what you gonna call, what you wanna do, and what steps to take for that, steps to take for this. So that's when I come up for a couple of pages, just procedure, and really it's not perfect, but still I made pretty good job and get my SFOC for flight. And then you gotta get some like this flight log. You have to fill up this flight log, where you fly, what you do, and that's the inspection report. That's before flight. I would suggest it's 1,000 of them. You can make your own, and I make my own. So before flight I just take that sheet and go through to be sure everything is fine, because you don't want to go on the site to fly and finally find out that the CD card not inserted, or battery not charged, or something else. So before that you just check, do some homework on this. So that's basically what you need to have with you to fly legally anywhere. Anywhere you can't fly without this special permit. If you fly for money or commercially, you can. You can fly for recreational somewhere, like in the middle of the nowhere, like I don't know, maybe 1,000 kilometers away from people. This is gonna show you charts. That's what you have to learn in school, how to find out the airspace, what is all about, and that's really advanced. You gotta practice on this. It's like simple, but if you don't know how to read this, and I get the course and I still have a trouble, but there's the London Flight Operation Service. These guys are pretty good. You just call them up and ask a bunch of questions. They help you up. There's lots of documentation books online you can buy or download for free, whatever, but you gotta understand what airspace you need when you fly. I'm flying on here, right there on this dot. I'm flying in here, but there's a bunch of airports there. There's the airport, that's the airport. Basically that's the control Toronto. If anything happen in here, you have to call the Toronto operator and tell them I'm screw up, something happened, and they actually know. They're gonna direct the traffic. This is the heliport in the hospital. Can be fly something there, emergency, and something happen, you have to notify everybody. And that's probably the most worst part for me. They read these charts and understand the airspace, but it's not that hard when you get used to it. But in the beginning, you guys gotta be pretty pay attention on this one. Also radio, that's the radio which is you have to have on your side. Oh, now it's on. That's emergency channel 121.5. Anything happening in the air, that can be, you can transmit your emergency to but I wouldn't recommend to press that button if it's really harsh or something. Better use the phone, but in case something happening, yeah, you can use the radio, you can transmit something. So that's the basically what I can tell you now. And when my battery gonna be fully charged, I'm gonna